I just wanted to record a quick video on this concept, this idea that I mostly agree with, but I just don't think it's as universal as people try to make it out to be. And that is the idea that actions speak louder than words. Like in general, you know, yeah, like if you're sitting around in your living room and you're just talking about doing something and you don't do it, then having done the thing that you were talking about probably would have produced more results than just talking about it in your living room with yourself or whoever's there and just never doing anything about it. However, there are there is a lot of cases where words do produce actions or speaking is an action. Like if somebody is a teacher, and they go to class and they're teaching things with words, you're teaching people math, you're teaching people English, you're teaching people history. Those are just words coming out, and then the words go into these people's minds, the students, and then they think about them and they interpret them, and they have a different understanding of the world. And then those ideas carry with the person who was taught and helps them grow, and then they can act differently in the future. So there's not this distinction between the two things. I mean, you could be a radio host, you could be out there, and you could do it in a good or bad way depending on your perception of it. But regardless, like you're just sitting out there, you're reading, which is an action, and then you speak about what you read, and then other people listen to what you say, and from there, they think differently about things. If you do it in the right way, I mean, if you do it in any kind of way and you have any kind of reach, it produces a result. It gets people to think. It gets people to eventually act. And so those two things kind of go hand in hand. I don't think you should just be acting without thinking. I think you should speak and, try to interpret things, especially like we're supposed to be a democracy. So, you know, there's a lot up for debate and there's a lot that comes through speaking and try to understand things. Now, just speaking by itself isn't going to get anything done. Like if you want to pass a law or pass a bill or something like that, we have to understand it, we have to read about it, we have to discuss it and debate it, and then we go from there and see, how do we get this thing passed? Is this what do we really want to be done, and what do we want the effects to be, and then go from there. So they go hand in hand. I don't think it's like this thing to live by where, oh, you just shouldn't speak and just go act. You know what I mean? Like, nah, we should, think about what we're doing, talk about it, bounce ideas off of each other, and then act, and then talk about what the results were after, and then think about what our next action is going to be. They go hand in hand. So it's not just this universal thing to live by. Like a lot of catchphrases are just like kind of too general and too universal, and people throw them out there and kind of say that, well, so and so's just talking. Well, if somebody's saying something that's really important, that's important, and think about it and think about what can be done with those words and how it has affected your own thinking and how it might affect the thinking of other people, good or bad. So that's all I got for right now. Thank you.